I know this audience would be especially interested in hearing about very particular uses of sexual liberation as forms of control, particularly pornography. I know that you use an illustration commonly about Israel and the Palestinians, and I'm sure they'd love to hear that, as well as any other interesting cases that you might want to expound on.
Well, yeah, I mean, the case of the Israelis good, and I use it so often because it completely explodes everybody's notion of what pornography is. Now, if you want the conventional understanding of what pornography is, watch Boogie Nights or The People versus Larry Flint. These are two films that Hollywood produced right at the moment when the Congress was debating the Communications Decency Act. This was propaganda for pornography. Okay. Larry Flint in the trial says no one can be free unless I have the right to produce pornography. Okay. It's an essential, the sexualization of the culture is an essential point for controlling large numbers of people. This is also what I discovered during the time of the research for Libido Dominandi. I went to the Rockefeller archives. The Rockefellers were the main support for Alfred Kinsey. Alfred Kinsey started doing his research with Rockefeller money during the 1940s, during World War II, actually the late 30s, 1940s. He needed assistance, and there was a man from South Bend by the name of Wardell Pomeroy, who became one of his assistants. It's one of the co-authors of the Kinsey books. And he was going to get drafted. So he had to write a book to the local draft board here in South Bend. And in that draft, in that letter, he said that this is crucial research for the Rockefeller people, and because it explains, it is essential to understand how you can control large numbers of people. He actually said that to the draft board. They gave me that document when I was at the Rockefeller Foundation. I'm sorry, the Rockefeller Archives. That is one of the few explicit statements here about what was going on, but everyone knew it sort of intuitively, and the oligarchs at this point of time, led by the Rockefellers, who were kind of the leading family of the WASP elite, the kind of venture capitalist for the WASP elite's program of social engineering. They were the ones that promoted it. They were the ones that made sure that the default settings of the society got changed to allow this form of sexual liberation, because they knew that they controlled, by controlling the media, you could manipulate people's passions, and in manipulating people's passions, you control how they acted. It's that simple. It was just one more form of social engineering during the high noon of social engineering in the United States.